Woo! We're back! And by we, I mean me. I'm back. Just me. Sorry. What did Dorcas want? Dorcas wants a nurse gown? No. I'm saving the money. We need the gold. Alright. Continuing onward. Wasting no time. Maybe fight a boss this time. It's a very important boss fight. Assuming we make it there. Assuming someone doesn't die on the way there. Assuming someone doesn't fall into the lava and burns to a crisp like Dorcas's hanky. Oh no. Clippy, I would prefer we take care of the mummy first. That mummy's getting buried. Funny story, that thing's a burning mummy. It actually does not have any effect on it. It's just a stronger version of a regular mummy. It doesn't have any fire qualities to it, doesn't have any additional attacks. No, it does the same thing. Ugh. Oh, excuse me. Are you stronger than the Dark Lord, Sans? Well, it's Sans. I'm pretty sure by default, probably. It's a tricky one. Who can say for sure? Maybe I would. But I'm not a big fan of conflict. Yeah, neither am I, but I like games anyway. I like games. Games is where you can satisfy the love for... As terrible as this may sound, video games can satisfy your love for violence without making you go out and do violent things. Because there's technically... There's no rule ever. There is no rule against being violent in video games. There are multiple laws about being violent in reality. It's interesting to think about, I guess, to a degree. Like, I understand that there are a lot of people who believe and think that video games cause violence. I obviously completely disagree. I don't think playing video games as a whole invokes violence in young people. There are so many different factors that can lead to kids being violent as they grow up. More serious ones than just your picture box displaying interactive screens. Yes, I would like to... Yeah. I don't doubt maybe the average curious child who maybe plays a little too much like Call of Duty or Halo or other shooty pow pow games, that could have an effect, but I don't think that's got a very permanent or serious effect. I'd say like if a kid played too much of those kind of games and got a little curious and in some weird situation decided to actually try to use a gun to mimic what they saw, yes, that's pretty bad. But I'd say that aside from the fact that the kid was playing such a game, that being a massive problem, I think another big thing is the kid playing such a game in the first place, and, you know, not having someone tell them, hey, that's not what you see in this game is not something you should be doing in reality. That was my 2 cents on the topic. Obviously speaking, video games depend a lot on parenting. You can't blame video games if you decide not to be a good parent to your child. If you decide not to talk to your kid about what's right and what's wrong in the world, that's on you. It's not on the games they play. You got the golden ring, the precious. The precious is Hagrid's. Precious. I've never watched Lord of the Rings. Not gonna lie. Well, we got a party of 2. Let's hope that the enemies are manageable. Because all I can do is sit back and heal them. It's up to them to fight. That's the one thing I said a lot about Miitopia. It's just that I kind of wish it was a little bit more interactive. the mere simple answer would literally just be, let me choose the actions of all my party members in battle. That's all there is. That's all I would need to really hit this game home. I'm a bit disappointed that even the port didn't decide to change that, but I guess also if it's a port, that's kind of the point. It's not supposed to change too much in terms of gameplay. It's supposed to add some features, but not change everything. I still think that the Mii customizing options are just beyond amazing in this game. Between the wigs and the makeup, everything seems so much more lively, so much more colorful, so much more creative than what the 3DS was capable of. Like, sure, normal people were able to do a lot with even just the 3DS's Mii Maker. Like, there were some impressive things with that too. But I think this Miitopia on the Switch, combined with all the Switch's additional hair color options and eye color options, like, the Switch version just came out so much better for the Miis, and it's kind of a shame that they're doing this at a time when they're kind of, you know, downplaying the Miis as of now. Keep in mind that ever since the Miis debuted on the Wii, they've had a dedicated channel for making Miis. Miis on the Switch are literally hidden in the system settings as a hidden menu. You don't get to see it. I'm pretty sure that any person playing the Switch probably would not even look to find the Mii Maker. Alright, well that was easy. Our team's back together. I'm going to continue regardless. I will go back for that treasure chest. I 100% can guarantee you that. I want to see if we can actually make it to the boss before the end of this episode. Horses enjoy dust baths. What in the world is a dust bath? That's what Patricia's doing. Also, Patricia, do you feel at home right now? With all the burning fire and the magma, I feel like Patricia's like, yeah, this is a pretty chill place. We just have to be careful that she doesn't, like, you know, buck one of us off into the lava. Patricia, restrain yourself. Resist the urge to burn a human. Alright. So, let's see. I would like to first point out... Ooh, shiny. Candy. We are going to be saving our next 3 party members very shortly. What's that? It sounds like growling. It must be a dog. Or lots of dogs. Yeah. So, that's a Cerberus. Cerberuses have 3 heads. And, we are down 3 party members. So, here's Kate, Table Cat, and Deadpool. Kate's on the body with the 2 other Miis that she made. Oh, man. Hyper Sprinkles. Sprinkle this to hype up your Mii and do more damage. Okay, so that's a status condition known as excitement, I believe it's called. When your Mii is hyper or excited, they only use their basic attack and it deals a lot more damage. Here's the thing though, absolutely none of these guys are good for this. Because Clippy and Hagrid are both magic based and their physical attack relies on their attack stat. Dorcas is more of a support and Matt is also more of a magic class. However, I believe he's got the highest attack of anybody, so I might as well use it on him. But yeah, it's actually, the Hyper Sprinkles are the most useful thing to use on a warrior. Because warriors are all about physical, raw physical strength. So, Kate will be the ideal person to use those sprinkles on. Because she's a warrior, and her attack stat's going to be arguably the highest. I'd say the next most useful person to do that for would be Shoop, because he's a tank. Everybody else is really more magic-based than they are physical. Marky Mark's a mage, and Cynthia's got more magic. So Shoop and Kate are really the only physical classes that we have that would make high use of Hyper Sprinkles. You know, come to think of it, they're really, I'd say the only other option for that would be a Thief, because they're not really magic-based either. But tanks and warriors are really the only physical attacking classes, like that focus on physical attack. Most other classes are magic-based, or they're too support. They're too support-based, like thieves are more or less support-based as well. Alright, Cerberus is going to prove to be a very challenging boss. Thank you for healing Clippy. Clippy, can we get... No. We need to save the life sprinkles for Clippy. Thank you. Once again. There's not really much else I can do aside from just constantly flinging waves. Oh, perfect. Okay, so this is one of the best parts about being a scientist. The safety mask. Actually, Dorcas has a similar move. Thank you. Dorcas and Matt are both going to be very useful. Oh, and Table Cat to that degree. Are all going to be very useful in that they can help block status conditions with their safety mask, and in the case of Dorcas, his fan. Because he'll have a move that helps block status conditions with his fan. Okay, well, thank you, Great Sage, for doing a lot of damage. Okay, Patricia, let's do this! Oh, I pushed the wrong move. Oh well, 49 damage still works. And... oh no, he's down. There it is! See, there's Dorcas's. Blindfold, that's it. Blindfold and Safety Mask are two very useful support moves for a princess and a scientist. So Table Cat, Dorcas, and Matt are all going to be very useful for blocking those kinds of things. And trust me, late in the game, that is going to be a massive help. Okay, we have nothing. So I'm going to do that and hope that I don't regret this choice. Attaboy! See, and between these two, it triggers a lot, so... Useful, useful. Thank you. Clippy, your turn, thank you. Get them, guys. Let's rescue them. Let's get all three of them back. First try. Come on, you guys. Live. Oh, Hanger's down again. Great Sage is doing great at being an extra support. Like, this has got to be one of the best combos I've had in a while. Clippy's running low on MP. He's going to have to use his candy soon. These two are not letting this dog do anything in terms of nightmare-inducing. Oh, heck yes. Get that full restore on both of them. Let's finish this battle off, guys. Oh, what's that? Yeah, that works. We did it! We got Table Cat, Kate, and Deadpool back! Our team is growing once again, and holy jeez, I do not look at my Mii like that very often. My Mii in my playthroughs is never under the Hyper Sprinkles, mainly because, you know, he's a scientist in that too. Woo! They're back. Peebus. Tacos! We got Kate, Bartholomew, and Deadpool. You bet you do. That rescue wasn't what you call easy. Is nothing. We're good. The other three are still at Dark Lord's Castle. So Marky Mark, Cynthia, and Shoop are all still there. They will be our final three opponents that we have to rescue. Unfortunately, that means that the Great Sage is going to leave us for now. which means we are back to relying just on Clippy for, you know, all that help. But at least now we have all 3 of these guys back. So we're gonna put Deadpool. Let's put Deadpool and Kate together, and we'll put Bartholomew with the horse for now. Why not? Okay. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I've been holding in a bathroom break. So regardless, I'm calling it an episode right now. We will see you guys next week, where we will hopefully make more progress. Unfortunately, it likely will still be a solo week. So we will see you then.